Yeah. I love the sound of that. I am a book club girly.
Hey,
So
cousin,
actually, I
and
just
welcome back to the cookout. You know, I always save you a seat at the space table, but I never invite y'all to the book club. So here's the invite to my January review of The Art of Laziness. This book actually is more so about not slacking off. It's about working smarter, not harder. So who doesn't need a little bit of that in their life? Let's dive a little bit deeper into the book.
weary. Pause. Did you hit that notification bell? Well, if you didn't, make sure you do because you want to be in the know whenever I drop a new book review or an announcement of my new book of the month. Girl, what are you possibly about to tell us? Well, a lot. So, welcome to the Finessing Failure Book Club. So, actually, I just now got into like actual book clubs and reading books that other people recommend versus like me finding books. So, this is going to be like a new adventure for me. So, here we go. I have my notes on my phone. I also have the book on my phone because I read it via. I listened to the book via audiobook 3 times in the month of January because sometimes you just need to go ahead and like listen. So now, right out of the gate, the author hits you with this line: Life is short. Hours are passing. Days are passing. Months are passing. Years are passing. And for me, it hit me in the chest. And if y'all have been watching my channel, not only for my book club reviews, but for like my day to day life, y'all know that in the month of 2024, I almost lost my guardian angel, y'all. So this book definitely hit home for me when that first line said what it said, because you can't control what's going to happen in time. You can only control what you're going to do with said time. So what are you going to do? Pretty much that right there. And if you're approaching 30 or knocking on 30's door, you have used about 1,500 hours already just growing up and being alive, pretty much. The point is of utilizing your time is a precious resource. And this book is about making the most out of your time without being lazy. I already know you think by the title of the book that it's all about idolizing and celebrating being lazy and taking breaks and being restful and all of those things, but it's genuinely not. All right, so I know I've talked so much about the gems that are inside of this book in the intro, but let's break the gems down. Number one, 100% responsibility. This is what the book says: no more excuses, no more blaming the system, your boss, or the economy. If you want it, you got to take ownership of your life and make it happen. This is straight up accountability one on one. You can't keep blaming everybody else, every outside source for your problems, for your shortcomings, your mistakes. You have to be able to take accountability. Oh, well, I'm late to work. Well, traffic was bad. No, you left 5 minutes later than you normally do. You ended up being late to work. So that is on you. You need to learn how to take accountability because no one's going to take the accountability for you. And how are you going to grow as a person if you aren't accountable? Number two, your comfort zone is playing you. Look, oh wait, I'm sorry, I thought I was reading a line. Look, I know that it feels so comfortable and safe being where you already know how everything moves, how everything is. But there's no growth in that area. The book says growth doesn't happen where it's comfortable. Whether you're starting a side hustle, opening up a new business, starting a new job, asking for a raise, or just plain putting yourself out there on social media, and trying to figure out where you are, discomfort in itself is where the magic happens. It's where you truly figure out who you are and how you're going to move about this new situation. I always tell people I moved from my hometown, from my home state, all the way to Huntsville, Alabama. And that's when I truly figured out who I was as a person. Being alone grew me into being the person I am today because I don't think I would have been the same person had I stayed at home and allowed my family to coddle me and help me and love me. I had to figure it out by myself. Now, the third one is going to be multitasking is a lie. And I use this as a key takeaway because I am someone who suffers really, really bad from starting 17 tasks and getting none of them done. So in the book, I didn't write down a specific line, but multitasking is the killer of productivity. So what I do now, instead of starting 17 tasks, is I complete one task fully. Because what I used to do was start those 17 tasks and get maybe a quarter of the way or half the way through with those tasks and then be like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna start something else. And I would never go back to that task. So they would be half done. My mantra, my saying now is It's better to be completely done than to half-ass the work. Now, one of the chapters that really hit home for me was don't be a perfectionist. Now, if you are a Leo, Virgo, or a Libra, and I'm using these examples because these are the type of people in my life that I know are perfectionists. If you are one of these horoscopes or one of these signs, you are indeed or have a touch of the perfectionism trait. It is something about us that we cannot post unless it looks a certain way or it feels right. But perfectionism is a killer of productivity just as well. It's the truth. Like, how many times have you tried to start a business? Or how many times have you tried to post that content, but it just doesn't feel right? It doesn't look right. You don't think that people are going to like it. That is your perfectionism coming out. Another, ooh, I'm just dropping them for y'all today. Another like really good phrase to utilize instead of utilizing done is better than perfect. You have to start somewhere. So start messy, start a mess, start unprepared, start uneducated. Just start. Just do it. But the key is you have to start. You have to be able to put your first foot forward and do it. You can't just say, oh, I'm going to start, and then you never do. Like, that's not going to help you grow. I know that I started messy. I had no idea how to start a podcast. My first season of episodes were trash. My second season of episodes were a lot better, a little bit more produced. And now my third season that I'm going to be working on here in the next couple of months will be better than the first. And that's the only way you're going to be able to grow and continue to push yourself and find that perfection in yourself. So now in this book, they definitely let off with a lot of practical tips that anybody can utilize not only in their business life, but their work in their personal life as well. The first one is the 80-20 rule. You are going to focus on the 20% of your tasks that give you 80% of the results that you're looking for. You don't have to write a list of 30 things to get done. And if 10 of them don't get done, you're not happy. No, if you completed 10 out of those 30 tasks, then those 10 are going to push you toward more success or you push you toward the results that you're looking for, then you really want. The next technique, or I guess rule of thumb, is the Pomodoro technique. This is where you work for 25 minutes straight. You can set a timer, a clock, an alarm, whatever you want to do, and you work for 25 minutes. And then after you finish that work for 25 minutes, you come back, you take a break for 5 minutes. You're giving yourself a small reward. And then after you finish your 5 minute break, you get back into work. It's giving yourself that break in between those long lapses of work that really helps you push throughout your day. And then the last one is not technically in the book, but it's definitely something that I want to share with you guys that I got from the book is momentum over motivation. And I've been saying this for the last year. You don't need motivation, you need discipline. You don't need motivation, you need momentum. And you have to stop waiting for motivation to hit. What if it doesn't hit for 2 weeks? What if it doesn't hit for 3 weeks? What if your period starts and you just don't want to do anything? But you have to because you ran out of time. You have to start building your momentum. Check off those tasks one at a time and watch how easy your day gets. And another key thing is momentum and discipline will take you a lot further and get a lot more accomplished than motivation ever will. So, at its core, the art of laziness is solely about being productive, being efficient, and choosing what matters over what really doesn't matter. It's giving yourself permission to take breaks, letting go of perfectionism, and living a life that not only looks good, but also feels good. For me, when I think about this particular book, it's not just a book, it's a mindset shift. It is a way of life that some people have to get to first. It's genuinely not just a book. It's an amazing read. It's an easy read. I genuinely do feel like it could have been better written for a more educated audience because it should be for a more educated audience. But it's very simply put that just stop being lazy. These are the things that you could accomplish. These are the things that are standing in your way. What are you going to do? What techniques are you going to implement in order to get you to where you need to be? And that's genuinely why I loved the book. Genuinely feel like the writing could have been so much better. But for what the book is and what it teaches, I will give the book a 8 out of 10. I would definitely recommend recommend this book to other people strictly because of the learning properties inside of it. You can find this book on YouTube as an audiobook. Audible also has it, or you can get it on Amazon. All of those links are down below. And I just want to ask, have you guys read the book, The Art of Laziness? And if you have, drop your thoughts down in the comments. If you haven't, go ahead, head down to the description, grab your copy of the book, and get to reading. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below for your next book of choice for the month of February. Welcome to the Finesse and Failure Book Club. We're finessing life one book, one side hustle, one goal at a time. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.